Hey there, all you YouTubers. This here's Tony O with Tony O's Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing another espresso maker. My Jevy gave up the ghost. I don't know if you keep up with my life or not, but if you read some of the comments, it had quit working, and I decided that I enjoyed it so much that I would spend a little bit extra money, a lot of extra money, and get a better espresso maker. So we'll take it in there. I purchased this from a place called Everything Kitchens. It was about as good a price as Amazon. I'm not sure Amazon had the Delonghi. There's another brand that makes one that looks just like it. And I don't know, if Delonghi makes it for them, they make it for Delonghi. They just happen to have two identical coffee makers, but has a bean grinder, it'll make espresso, americano, hot tea, regular coffee. So stand by as we take you to the kitchen. Okay, so here's the espresso machine sitting on the countertop. Let me see if I can get a little bit more. It comes with a single dose and a double dose, which I've got in it. Has a fairly large chamber for water, and then has your bean storage. When I put this on the first time, it will screw on with these labels in the back, but it won't work with the labels in the back. It took me a little while to figure out. I had to take it off, and when you take it off, you gotta get all the beans out. So you gotta scoop all the beans out, take it off, and then vacuum the beans out of the bottom so you can screw it back on. So make sure you got the labels in the front. Don't pull a move like I did. I have lost the instruction manual, but I'll go through a few that are pretty handy. It does have a switch here to make espresso, an americano, and a long black coffee. So hit the center button, hit the power button, turn it on, and it heats up really quick, and it goes off, I think, after, it's an odd number, like 9 minutes. It shuts itself off, but it heats up so fast, there's no need in leaving it on. You can set it where it'll stay on for like 30 minutes or an hour or longer. I'm not sure. I don't have my instruction manual, so I can't go over that with you. But if you want to set it to pour like a less time on the espresso or more time on the espresso, you hit the my button, and while it's flashing, you hit the OK. Let me grab my cup. While it's flashing, you hit the OK, and as long as it's set on the espresso over here, then you're setting the timer for the espresso. You can also set it for the americano and the coffee. And once it's poured enough, however long you want, if you're counting, you stop it, and then you hit the my button again. Now next time it'll only pour that long of a shot. I didn't have fresh coffee in there. I'm fixing to go over that with y'all. Here's the thing I do not like about it. You see the bottom of these cups have a tiny little pinhole. You can barely see it there. And I had bought a regular espresso cup to go in there, but it doesn't fit because of all the stuff inside, and I'll take it apart and show you here in a second. So when you take your coffee out, you can't just dump it. The puck won't come out. I've got to go to the sink, take a spoon, scrape it out, wash it out. I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to work from this side. I got more light. I had some criticism on my last espresso maker deal that there wasn't enough light, so once the machine's on, just put this in here. When you lock it into place, it starts grinding your beans. There's an adjustment here. This adjustment can make it less beans, more beans. You just kind of have to figure out what dose you want. Now this little thing flashing here is for the tamper. It's called a smart tamper. I feel like it's spring loaded so it doesn't over tamp. And there's some loose grounds. I usually knock it out right there. Keep it all off of the steamer here. You fit that up in there and lock it into place. Now this is the wand for the steaming the milk, and this is a spout for just hot water. So I'm going to go ahead and make an americano since my espresso, I'm going to have to reset my espresso timer. And I'll go ahead and set that because it pours a little long for me right now. So push the my button, push the OK, and here it goes. Ever so often, I like to pull the tamper up, clean off the tamper so it's got a good clean. This slides out so you can wash it. It's got a little, I don't know if you can see the little red thing here, but when it's afloat, so if you get too much water, it starts to fill up, that red thing will pop up. Now there goes the hot water. It is really hot water. You can make tea or just have hot water. I will turn the steamer on so you can see how that works. It works real good. There's not a special button or anything. You just turn this dial here. Steam works. I like the bean grinder. The only thing I don't like about the bean grinder, and if you had a coffee bar or something at your house, didn't have to put it on the countertop, it'd be great. It does fit on the countertop. I pulled it out earlier to put water in it, but as you can see, I can only slide it so far back. Then I have to slide it back out to put water in it. You can take the bean grinder off and it does fit underneath there, but the bean grinder works so much better than the Mr. Coffee bean grinder I have in the back there. It's a lot quieter for one. it's got a little thing up here on top, cup warmer. I really like it. It's the Delonghi La Specialista. I'm trying to see if there's any more. Oh, here's the grinder, coarse, fine adjustment, and the pressure gauge with this little hole in the bottom of the deal there. It can start getting clogged. Now when the pressure starts getting up, it's time to clean this. It has, I don't know if you can see the little flap, but you can pull that out, clean the bottom of this. They give you a package. It's got a descaler, and there's a little tool in there to clean that hole out with. I haven't had to do it yet, but I'm guessing that something like that is why my Jevy quit working, because they kind of had sort of the same thing. Let me see if I can take this apart without making a mess and show you the inside of the now there's the inside. The other cup that I bought that doesn't have the tiny hole in it would fit in there if I could get all this black plastic stuff out. I probably can, but I don't want to have to. It's working fine right now. If it stops working fine, then that's an option for me. So that's the Delonghi La Specialista. We'll go back into the other room and enjoy this cup of coffee. And we're back. And that was a look at my espresso maker. Like I said, I got that from Everything Kitchens online. I believe they're out of Missouri, Springfield maybe. But I love it. I've had it for over a month now and haven't had to clean out the tiny little hole yet. The pressure's still in the normal range. Let's have a sip. Good coffee. Good coffee. Makes good coffee every time. The only thing I don't like about it is I can't just knock the puck out. I have to go to the sink, scrape it out, rinse it out. If somebody knows if I'm doing something wrong, leave a comment down below. I'm sure I'm doing plenty wrong, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of comments. Hopefully the lighting was better. Last one I got a lot of comments saying the poor lighting, but like I said, if you got any questions, if I know how to do it, I will help you best I can. Like I said, I cannot find my instruction manual when I went to make this video. You can set the time longer for to leave it on and different things. I've got it pretty much like I like it. I do adjust the pours ever so often, especially if I have a different coffee bean, maybe one that's stronger, don't need a long pour as some others do. So I do play with that quite a bit, and that's about it. A lot of times I will use, I don't know if you probably saw the Keurig sitting next to it. I'll just make an espresso and then use the Keurig so I don't have to fill the espresso machine up with water as much, because the Keurig is a lot simpler to fill. I don't have to pull it out. It is pretty heavy. I'm not sure what it weighs. Probably 35 pounds, maybe. It's a heavy-duty machine. It's all there. It's I feel like it's a good quality machine. I'm not going to say how much it is. You can go to Everything Kitchens and look if you want to see what an idiot I am for spending that much money on a coffee maker. Till next time, this here's Tony O. Tony O's Reviews. I'm out.